can I get every achievement in? The game starts with you being held captive in a cell with your brother after being captured by some pirates. After escaping from the cell, you have to avoid the pirates and make your way to the exit of the encampment to safety. By crouching and sneaking point to point, you're able to avoid them. Eventually, after avoiding the pirates for long enough, you're able to escape the encampment. Although you're outside the encampment, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're safe, and something very unfortunate happens.
The others, and then we're going home. No, stay with me.
This then means you just have to run for your life. Running away from helicopters, pirates and dogs, you just have to make your way through the forest as far as you can. Running only gets you so far as you come up to a bridge, and this is your last chance as a helicopter looks down at you. This then unlocks the first achievement of the game, First Blood. Scattered around the island of Far Cry 3 are outposts. These operate as the fast travel locations in this game. This is very common in every Ubisoft game. It'll be full of enemies and you have the opportunity to either go loud and kill them, or go silent and take them out quietly. A good way to do this silently is by equipping the bow and arrow as it makes no noise and take them out one by one. When you're able to stealthily do this and kill every person in an outpost without triggering an alarm, you'll get the achievement Unheard. You get a lead that one of your friends is being looked after by a doctor on the other end of the island. This means that you have to travel across to see if this is true. When you get to the house, you find Daisy, who looks worse for wear but is alive.
Burning up.
To help Daisy, we need to find some mushrooms that the doctor will create an antidote with to save her. Fortunately, there is a cave beneath his house where these mushrooms live. After navigating through the cave for long enough and experiencing some sort of drug high, we eventually find the mushrooms and pick them. And after giving the mushrooms to the doctor and using them on Daisy, as well as convincing the doctor to let Daisy stay, you'll unlock the achievement Magic Mushrooms. As I was going around the island completing all of the main objectives of Far Cry 3, I made sure to liberate as many outposts as I could. This meant if I was just going past them, I'd liberate them, as I knew that being able to fast travel later on in the game would be very handy. Alongside being able to fast travel, it also unlocks guns that you'll be able to get for free from the store, as well as giving you a good amount of XP that you can use to level up your character. After liberating my third outpost, I got the achievement Rebel with a Cause. Another key thing in the world of Far Cry 3 are animals. Some of these are passive and you can just run past like goats and pigs, but some will attack you like leopards and tigers. This means you always need to be aware of your surroundings, as you never know when a bear might jump out of the woods and attack you. If you do manage to kill any of these animals, you're then able to use their pelts to upgrade your gear. This mainly means the ability to carry more ammo or more guns. Once you've upgraded your fifth bit of equipment, you'll also get the achievement Artsy Craftsy. As mentioned earlier, whenever you do anything in this game, you get XP. The best way to get XP is by completing challenges, missions, and liberating outposts without being detected. You can then use this XP to upgrade your character and make them even stronger by unlocking extra abilities and skills. Every time you unlock something, you also get an extra tattoo for your arm, which is pretty cool. Eventually, when you earn 5 skill tattoos, you'll then unlock the achievement Inked Up. As I said, there are many predators across the island of Far Cry 3. These predators will attack you in an instant, so the best way to deal with them is take them out yourself. When you manage to take out a predator for the first time, you'll unlock the achievement Hunter Hunted. In Far Cry 3, you also have access to a camera. This is incredibly useful throughout the entire game. When plotting to attack any area, be that an outpost that you need to liberate or something in the story, if you whip out the camera and then take pictures of people, it will mark them on your screen. This means that you can track them all over the place, and it makes attacking much easier. Eventually, when you've pinged the 25th person in this game, you'll get the achievement Island Paparazzi. Although you're looking around the island for your friends, the next time you see them is when Vaas finds you. Vaas is one of the main enemies in this game, and he's trying to ransom you and your friends to earn as much money as humanly possible. He's a bit of a psychopath too. Vaas decides to make it interesting this time and sets the building that you're in on fire and tasks you with escaping with your friend. Otherwise, you'll die. With the building now on fire, you have to run through as quickly as possible, surviving yourself whilst looking for your friend and then escaping. Obviously, this isn't the easiest thing in the world, as the building is falling apart around you.
Not that one! Definitely not that one!
You're able to find your friend, but unfortunately you're at the top of the building, so you have to make a daring escape to get away from the fire and survive.
Oh my god!
Although you're at the building, you're not safe yet, as the pirates are now after you. This gives you the perfect opportunity to show off your new skills with a gun and show how effective you are at killing pirates.
Why did you turn off the truck?
No! It died! In front!
Thankfully, you're able to escape from these pirates and reunite Lisa with your friend Daisy. Alongside this, you also get the achievement Worst Date Ever.
Daisy told me she's in.
Whenever you complete anything new in Far Cry, be that killing a new enemy type, a new animal, or getting in a new vehicle, you'll unlock a journal entry. These tell you everything there is to know about that item. This isn't something that I spent much time reading into, but there is an achievement linked to this. Once you've created 50 journal entries, you'll unlock the achievement Jungle Journal. The opposing force on the island of Far Cry 3 is the Rakyat. These are kind of like a tribe that are just fighting against Vaas and his crew of pirates. It's essential to gain their trust so that you can go against Vaas and rescue your friends. The best way to do this is meet with the leader, Citra, at her temple.
A brave joke in the face of death.
To show your worth and show why you deserve their trust, you go into a drug sort of haze. Whilst in this haze, you're tasked with finding an ancient dagger that is key to unlock the secrets of the island. Once again, you go through some trippy visuals and then eventually find the knife. After acquiring the knife and talking to Citra, you complete the level and get the achievement One of Us. One of the trickier achievements in this game is Toxopholite. To get this, you have to kill an enemy from 70 meters or further with a bow. This is difficult as the bow has a massive drop off in distance as you get further and further away. Alongside this, also getting 70 meters away from an enemy is quite difficult. The best way that I found to do this is go to an outpost that you haven't liberated yet, find an enemy, and then just take pot shots until you eventually kill them. The best way to spend money in Far Cry 3 is by buying guns and upgrading them. Eventually, when you've spent $5,000, you'll unlock the achievement Money to Burn. Another thing that you find in this game, which is consistent with other Ubisoft games, are radio towers. You use these to unlock the clouded areas of the map and see what there is to explore. Eventually, you will have climbed to the top of 9 of these radio towers and activated them, unlocking the achievement Full Bars. You get information that Oliver is going to be transported somewhere to be sold as a slave. Obviously, as he's a good friend of yours, you cannot let this happen. Driving to the location where this is going to happen, you get to a perch and arm yourself with a heavy sniper rifle. You then wait for them, and when they arrive, you then have to save
Can't
Oliver.
let them put Ollie in the chopper. Run, Ollie, come on!
With all these enemies taken out, it's now time to regroup with Oliver and escape this location via boat.
We're getting away. Shit, dude, helicopter. Chopper. Are you fucking kidding me? On it. Going down.
Once escaped, another one of your friends has now been rescued. This gets the achievement, Hands Off My Stoner. Another opportunity to spend a bunch of money in Far Cry 3 is to get the achievement Aftermarket Junkie. To get this, you just have to buy all of the attachments and paint jobs for one weapon. I found one of the easiest weapons to do this for was the bow. This is because there's only 2 attachments for this, so it makes it much cheaper, so just buy them, all the paint jobs, and the achievement will unlock. You can attack enemies from any direction, below, from the side, and above. If you're able to take an enemy down from above using a glider, a zipline, or a parachute, you'll get the achievement Never Seen You Coming. Another person that you'll find in the world of Far Cry 3 is a bloke called Buck. He's a proper dodgy bloke and clearly knows something that you don't. After completing various tasks for you, it turns out that he's been keeping one of your friends hostage and been torturing him relentlessly. Obviously, you can't stand by this. To make sure that they get released successfully, you have to go and try and find some treasure for him so he can become rich on this island.
You found it. Go on, give it over.
Keith first.
All right. Through the door.
Because Buck is a very dodgy bloke, he then goes back on his promise and decides that he wants both of you instead of just Keith. This gets you into a good old-fashioned knife fight.
Die! Bitch!
He's some fucked up poor player.
With another one of your friends rescued, this gets you the achievement Retake Wall Street. It's now time to take the fight to the pirates once again. Setting up an ambush and using a high-powered sniper rifle, I take out as many of their soldiers as I can possible to draw Vass out. Although it seems to go well, Vass, of course, has the upper hand.
Ranger, son, you miss me?
When you wake up, you learn that you're in a very, very bad spot with a rock attached to your leg and a lot of water below you, so this is only going to end one way.
Oh, Jesus. No. Oh, fuck you! That son of a bitch.
It turns out, after all of this, we're deep behind pirate lines and have very little support. This means, once again, we have to escape and there's a helicopter that seems to be our direct route out. Unfortunately, there is a lot of pirates between us and that helicopter, and the helicopter also belongs to the pirates. Fighting our way through, eventually we get to the helicopter, and the safety seems inevitable. However, as in Far Cry 3, this never truly seems to be the case.
Take off! Okay. Get us up, go!
After finishing this mission, you'll unlock the achievement Have I Told You? After another failed attempt at going at Vaas, it's time to settle this once and for all. Vaas, unsurprisingly, has a complex that he's hiding out of where the majority of his ongoings happen. Although the idea is to sneak on and take Vaas out quietly, this obviously doesn't happen, and a full-on fight happens with his guards.
You come to fuck with me in my own house for a bitch, for Citra.
After getting through a few waves of Vaas's pirates, we finally get to where he's been hiding in the complex.
Peekaboo, motherfucker.
Even though Vaas is able to get the first stab off, it doesn't stop us. We're able to fight through the pain and the drug-induced state that we're in, and finally take down Vaas once and for all. Turns out that Vaas isn't actually the head person that we should be going after, and there's someone more. They're now located on the South Island, which is completely separate from the island that we've been going around. The best way to get to this island, however, is by plane, which is difficult to come by on an island like this in Far Cry. Thankfully, we find someone who has a plane and is willing to fly us over the island for us to jump out and land on it. Once we get to the airstrip, it turns out that the plane needs repairing, so we need to hold off some pirates until that's done. Eventually the plane is repaired and we're able to fly off to the second island. The plan was never for the plane to actually land on the second island, and instead for us to jump out and land on it ourselves. To do this, we are supplied with a wingsuit, which will make the landing a lot easier. Although this being the case, I chose not to use the wingsuit or the parachute. The reason I did this was to get the achievement Free Fall for falling 100 meters and surviving. Now on the second island, it's time to meet up with some people. One of these is an undercover soldier that's being used by the pirate military. We need to get in close with them to come up with a plan to take down the main guy, Hoyt. After following around this new town and eventually getting to meet him properly and get him to understand who you actually are, we get the next achievement in the game. This is Higher Than a Kite. Working alongside Sam, we're finally able to get an introduction to Hoyt. Hopefully he has the final answers where our last couple of friends are being held.
Thank you, Sam. Take a cigarette break. You, sit. Where's this list of traitors on your photos?
Here.
Due to the danger that Hoyt is and all the many military men in his compound, we have to go undercover in this situation. This is now where we need to gain his trust, and he tells us about a prisoner that he has that he wants us to torture. However, when we get down there, we realise that it's another one of our friends.
Here's a prisoner for interrogation.
Fuck. Riley.
Riley is our brother, but we have to gain Hoyt's trust. Unfortunately, this means that we do have to torture him slightly to get this trust. Thankfully this works and we get the achievement Deep Cover. As it's a Ubisoft game, there are a bunch of collectibles. One of these collectibles are memory cards. When you liberate an outpost, you'll gain access to the outpost base. In here, you'll be able to buy weapons, and whenever you fast travel, you'll end up inside this building. In some of these too, you'll find a laptop, so if you go over and interact with it, you'll get the memory card. Once you've done this, for every single laptop in the game, you'll unlock the achievement Memory to Spare. Now that we've got access to the second island in this game, we've now got access to the entire map. This means that there's more outposts to liberate and towers to climb and activate. I prioritised getting these outposts done just as I felt that this was the best way to get around the map due to being able to fast travel. When you've managed to do all of this, alongside unlocking all of the weapons and the ability to fast travel, you'll also get the achievement Island Liberator. Due to gaining Hoyt's trust, we're invited to his poker game. Sam and Jason decide that this is the perfect opportunity to strike and take out Hoyt once and for all. Unfortunately, Hoyt has worked out what is going on truly and takes out Sam right in front of you.
Sorry. House rules.
This sends Jason into a full rage after all of the stuff that he's endured throughout his time on the island. This once again puts Jason in another knife fight, but this time it's with Hoyt. With Hoyt now dead, you get the achievement Poker Night.
We're gonna get to the airstrip now.
Now that Hoyt's dead, it's time to leave the island, but when you return to the doctor's house, it's on fire and your friends are missing. It turns out that Citra and her tribe have kidnapped your friends. This is all in an attempt to keep you on the island as they see you as some sort of king. This is the final bit of the game and where you have to make the massive decision on whether to join Citra or save your friends. In my opinion, this is a very straightforward decision as you've spent the entire game trying to look for your friends and save them and we've gone through a lot of shit to get to this point. If you join Citra though, fair play, but it was just a straightforward decision for me.
Why must you leave? You will stop being a warrior, a hero.
This is then the end of the story of Far Cry 3 and gets you the achievement, What a Trip. One of the side missions that you can do in this game are Path of the Hunter quests. In this, you'll be given a specific weapon, usually a bow and arrow, and have to go out and kill a rare animal. A lot of the times these will be predators. The one that I chose to do stupidly was a panther with a bow and arrow. This can be quite difficult as they're difficult to see and do a lot of damage if they attack you. The benefit of doing these side missions is that you're then able to unlock the last upgrade to your gear. The other aspect of completing one of these is you also get 2 achievements, Bagged and Tagged and Poacher. Similar to the Path of the Hunter quest, you'll also get Wanted Dead quests. This is exactly the same thing, but instead of an animal, you've got to kill a specific person. Once you do this for the first time, you'll get the achievement In Cold Blood. Due to there being vehicles in Far Cry 3, there are also driving missions. These are supply drop quests, where you have to drive a vehicle from point A to point B in an allotted amount of time. The time is very generous, so none of these are particularly difficult, and because all the vehicles are off-roading, you'll easily be able to do it. For doing this for the first time, you'll unlock the achievement Road Trip. A gadget that you can use in Far Cry 3 is the repair tool. Obviously, this is just to repair vehicles. It's not something that you'll find yourself using very often, as vehicles just spawn pretty much everywhere, so you can just jump out your destroyed one into another one. You can also use this repair tool to kill enemies. If you can sneak up to them and use it on someone for long enough, it will eventually set them on fire and kill them. Alongside this, you'll also get the achievement Improper Use. Eventually, after finishing the main story and then completing various side quests as well as liberating all the outposts, you'll get enough XP to unlock every skill. Some of these skills will be locked behind certain things that you have to do, such as killing enemies in a certain way and completing certain quests. So eventually, once you've done all of this, you'll unlock every single skill and also unlock the achievement Fully Inked. Probably the most annoying achievement in this entire game for me was Love the Boom. To get this, you have to kill 4 enemies simultaneously with 1 explosion. The difficulty of this is if you haven't done this during the main story, finding 4 enemies in close proximity is quite difficult. Also, sometimes the explosives can be a little bit inconsistent, so that makes it more difficult. Eventually, after exploring around the island long enough and trying it over and over again, you will find a circumstance that you can do this and get the achievement. Another iconic weapon in this game is the flamethrower. There's a mission earlier on in the game that I can't show due to there being copyrighted music, but you have to burn a weed field whilst listening to Skrillex. I remember when I played this game when I was a kid and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. I have to say, it's still pretty cool, even though I can't say I'm as big of a fan of Skrillex as before. If you continue to use this flamethrower and pick up 50 kills, however, you'll get an achievement, Heartless Pyro. To make this game easier for yourself, you can craft syringes. These can boost things such as your ability to kill, your ability to identify things, and also give you health. To do this, you have to pick up flowers and plants that you find around the map, either green, blue, white, red, or crimson, I believe. Once you've crafted 25 of these, you'll also unlock the achievement Needle Exchange. Alongside the standard syringes that I just mentioned, you're also able to craft a few special syringes. To craft these, you just need more of each of the ingredients. These give you much stronger abilities that you can use throughout the game. Once you make your first of these as well, you'll also get the achievement, The Good Stuff. Another collectible in Far Cry 3 are relics. This is by far the biggest collectible in the game, but fortunately you don't have to collect every single one to get the achievement linked to this. Relics are found all around the map, and you'll be able to see them on the map when you get close, or you're able to buy treasure maps in the store. This makes finding them much easier. There's 120 across the entire game, but once you collect your 60th, you'll get the achievement Archaeology 101. The other main collectible in this game are dead letters. These are letters that have been left by soldiers many years ago on the island. There are 20 of these in total, and you have to get all 20 of them. Similar to the relics, you're able to find these scattered around the island, but you're also able to use the treasure maps. Some of these are a bit more tucked away and a bit more tricky to get to, but they're not too difficult. Once you collect all 20 of these, you'll also unlock the achievement Dead Letters. Trials of the Rakyat is a challenge game mode within Far Cry 3 that lets you test your own ability against others. In this, you have to kill enemies quickly and sneakily to get as many points as possible. These points will then get compared to other people that have completed these challenges in the past. If you're able to beat any of these scores, you'll get the achievement Let the Trials Begin. Another incredibly frustrating achievement in Far Cry 3 is Rock Always Wins. To get this, you have to fully distract 25 enemies with rocks. This seems relatively easy as you do this throughout the entire game. However, these aren't actually classed as fully distracting them. To fully distract them, you have to throw the rock, wait for the enemy to go into the animation looking for them, and then go back into their original animation. One of the last few achievements I had to get in this game was Fearless or Stupid. To get this achievement, you have to dive 60 meters down and survive. On the map, in the sea, there is a pit that is incredibly deep. This gives you the perfect opportunity to dive to the bottom and get the achievement. However, before you do this, make sure that you've fully upgraded the swimming ability and equipped the syringe that enables you to swim deeper. Poker Bully on paper can be a difficult achievement to get. You have to earn £1,500 whilst playing poker. This isn't pure winnings though, so if you ever lose money, you have to earn even more. However this is the case, if you manage to do Father's Burden, it's a perfect opportunity to get this £1,500. In this side mission, you have to play a few hands of poker. Eventually you'll win regardless, so if you maximum bet, you'll eventually earn the £1,500 that you need. This is definitely the easiest way to do this achievement, so if you're struggling to get it, do this method. The final achievement that I had to get in Far Cry 3 was Say Hi to the Internet. To get this achievement, you have to go and find the lost Hollywood star who is across all of the promo of Far Cry 3. If you've seen any picture before of Vass sat on a beach with his foot on top of a head that's buried deep in the sand, this is the person I'm referring to. After searching around for quite a while, I eventually found the head poking out of the sand and interacted with it, getting me the last achievement in this game. Far Cry 3 to me is an absolute classic. I remember the year that it came out, I got it for Christmas and just played it non-stop. To me, it's got one of the best stories in any games, and Vass to me is one of the greatest video characters ever. If you've never played this game before, please play it. My video probably doesn't do it justice quite how good it is. Even going back to it 15 years later or however old it is, it's still great. If you've made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it, and if you can like, subscribe and comment, that goes a massive way showing me I'm doing the right thing. Thank you once again, I'll see you in the next one.